Your journey can only begin when the self-doubts stop. The first step is harnessing your bravery within. Believing in you is your host, John Williams. Hello and good day to you all. My name is Sean and I'd like to thank you so very much for tuning into my podcast called Bravery Within. These ones here are the special Hodge episodes. These are designed to basically focus on one topic. They're just for the day. They're typically going to be a little bit shorter to get some more information out there for you along, because my other ones there and stuff are set up to come out once a week. They're for the weight loss journey and things there. So these ones here are to kind of help fill in the space. And I was talking to a couple friends here over probably the past month and a half, and they were telling me how their friends are on these fad diets. They're trying to lose weight. They've told them about my podcast and people are listening, but one thing that I wanted to try to bring up there was, and I've had the question asked to me, is how come you're not on one of these big fancy diet plans? And I had to tell them right out of the shotgun, because I told them, I said, I'm not actually on a diet. This is a weight loss journey. It's a whole different thing. So I thought for Hodgepodge episode number 4, I'm just going to call it Diet Plans of the Week. When all said and done, I try not to use the word diet unless it's in, the food application and stuff there, how much you eat through your diet, your caloric intake and stuff there. But for, the actual things that you're on called a diet, I try to stay away from that word, mainly because in years past and stuff, I've actually been on a diet, and it doesn't really, that's something that's short term, essentially is what it is. There's not too many diets out there that you stay on permanently. That's why I decided, reworking my mentality and my thought process there, I had to stay away from that word diet, and I'm on a weight loss journey, because this is going to be something until basically to the end of my time that I'm going to have to be on if I want to maintain a decent healthy weight and everything. I'm not saying anything. I know there's all kinds of fads out there, and there's always a new and latest and greatest diet plan for you to jump on, and that's okay. If you got to lose 10 pounds, hey, those are fantastic. That's a perfect thing to jump onto. And I'm not against any of those programs out there. I know they help people. I know that, that's what they're designed for. It's just the quick, you're going to be on it for a month or something like that. They're to basically help get that quick extra weight off there, whether it's after the holidays or, whatever the reason is that you put on a few extra pounds. But somebody like me that's got over 300 pounds that they have got to lose, to me, I have to make this a permanent thing. I can't make it like a short-term thing. It has to be permanent. So you have to basically redo the thinking. You have to redo how you look at food, how you plan for it, how you make it. Then you got all the mental stuff that goes along with it, because there's a lot of negativity. There's a lot of fighting your own self. So I try to stay away from the diet, and if those are, if you want to be on those plans, hey, I have nothing against them. If they help you, please, that's all you. That's absolutely go with them. I have nothing against them. It's just, it wasn't for me. I live on a very, very strict budget. I don't have a lot of extra income to work with and things. So to actually go on one of those plans, to me, just wasn't going to work, because I couldn't afford that, plus all their food and everything else that goes right along with it. So I had to shift gears and figure out, okay, how am I going to do it this time, so that way I don't oopsie-daisy and start off on the wrong foot. And really, when figuring out how to start, and I put some thought into this before I just, drove off a cliff and decided to start this whole program. I figured out that the very first thing I had to change is I had to change my mind. I had to change the way I thought, the way I looked at food, the way I prepared it, everything there. And those diet plans and stuff there, they don't really take that into account. I've looked into them. They're great for switching the food and having you eat right, and it's portioned out and everything. It's fantastic. They do a great job with that. But for me, I had to get to the mental status is what I had to change first. And until I did that, no weight loss journey was going to work for me. I've done many of the diets and stuff there in the past there to try to take weight off, and yes, they did help take some weight off, but they didn't. There was no long-term help for it. Sure, they say you can continue to eat their food and everything else there, but there wasn't the mental help that I needed. I needed to look at things differently. I had to see things differently. I had to rewire everything. I mean, I had to basically, upgrade to current status compared to running on Windows 98. That, it's a great program, but it's outdated. You have to change with things. So that's the first thing I had to do, and then that I've heard many times where it scares me because there's people out there. They went, and I just heard one friend there that said there that she had one there, and she just went and spent $5,000 on a program to help her change, and it was a 2-week program. It was like, oh my goodness sakes! But if you listen to the podcasts, I'm trying to help you what to eat, when to eat, set things up there. So hopefully those help you, because not all of us have that kind of money to throw away. I don't, I know that, and I'm not saying anything bad. If that's what they have to do to get through, to get the weight loss going, hey, that's fantastic. I'm happy for you. Anything to get the weight off, I think it's amazing. You're going the right way. It just scares me because I don't have that kind of disposable income. So I had to do things, a little bit different. But just keep in mind that the weight loss business itself as an industry is a multi-billion-dollar industry. So they're only interested in, basically, buy my products, listen to the program or whatever it is and stuff. They're, follow our program, and they've got a nice fancy website and stuff to go to, which is fantastic. That's great. If that's the way you want to go, hey, if that's what helps you get to the weight loss, to your end of your journey, get across that finish line, absolutely, please do it. I'm not against it. But I just know that I didn't go down that road. I didn't have that extra money and stuff there. So some of the things that that you have to factor in before you jump on, and try to stay away from the word diet. I mean, there's some of you out there that are really really lucky and they only need to lose 5, 10, 20 pounds. Then a diet does work for you because it's just going to be short term. But somebody like me, and I've known plenty of other folks out there, that it's going to take a little bit more than that. We have more to lose. Like me, I got over 300 plus pounds to lose, so it's going to take me a lot longer than what the diet is going to allow. So that's why I switched to a weight loss journey. But some of the things that you have to factor in, to try to, because I want to try to give you the best jumping off spot that I absolutely can to help you, so that way you succeed and you cross that finish line. But some of the things that you have to factor in that you're going to be going down this road is this is a permanent change to your life. This isn't something that, you can just do for a couple of weeks. I mean, you're going to have to actually rework everything in your life, so that way you can actually attain the goal that you're going to, and then you can reap the benefits of being thinner. You'll have more energy. You'll feel better. Another thing is your mental aspect. You're going to have to change that. I mean, that's probably, to me, probably the most important thing that you're going to have to do. And I still am. I'm 16 months into this, and I'm still learning. I am still changing. I am still repairing damages from my past to get my mind in the right spot, so I don't go through a depressing day, or I don't, just run to the fridge and rip into a bunch of leftovers and stuff there that isn't healthy for me, or the chips and the cookies and stuff. I mean, I love those. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I really do miss being able to go and snack on 6, 7 chocolate chip cookies, or having my lemon meringue pie, or just the other stuff that goes right along with it. I really miss that. But as you go on through your journey, the cravings and stuff actually do get a little bit better. They'll get a little bit easier. They never fully go away, or if they do, then you're lucky. But I've never been lucky enough for that there. But they're still always there. The changes you're going to be doing, do them in stages and not all at once. Ease into everything, so that way it makes it, it's going to keep you on track where you're going to feel like you want to stick with this. Don't do all the exercise and do all the weight changes, and don't do the mental things, and don't do, everything. Typically when people, they go on a diet, they throw everything into chaos. And I think that's one reason why they don't make it, is because it's too many changes all at one time. Do it in steps. just like, maybe not, like me, where I went from 7,000 calories a day down to 1,200, maybe bounce yourself down to 3,500 and then give yourself a couple weeks and then bounce down to 2,500. Ease it back. Don't go into where, you're going to be working out 6 days a week right out of the shotgun. Well, if you're basically setting yourself up to fail, just do maybe exercise a couple days a week, and slowly back down the carbs and the calories and all that stuff there, just so that way you can incorporate it into your life. You can hopefully stick with it a little bit longer. The biggest change that I did was my caloric intake right out of the shotgun. Like I said, I went from 7,000 to 1,200. That was the biggest shock to my body, but I didn't do any more changes than that. I didn't work in any exercise at the time. I didn't actually do any of the strength training and stuff there that I used to do until about 4.5 months actually into my journey. I just worked on just watching what I ate. That's all I did. In the very beginning, that's all I did. I backed off on the calories and bounced up the good proteins and the good carbs and everything there to try to start eating a little bit better. I bought the brand new griddle, the Blackstone griddle that we use out there to try to help along with my journey. Bought some different Tupperware, which I know sounds funny, but I bought that so that way when I make my lunches, I can take them to work with me. Just do little changes at a time. Don't go, it's great to go all in, don't get me wrong. I can understand that. Because once I was committed, I stuck with it. I just haven't broke it. But you're gonna, just do it in stage. I think it'll help you make the shift to this weight loss journey. Because if you're gonna be losing 50, 100, 150, 200 pounds, this is gonna take time. Remember, you didn't put the weight on overnight. It's not gonna come off overnight. So you're gonna have to do this a little at a time. And I think honestly, if you just ease into it, it'll make it a little bit easier for you. Another thing is, I know it sounds funny and people are probably going to groan at me for this, but don't burn yourself out on exercise. Don't go from not having exercised in years and all of a sudden you're working out 6 days a week. Yes, you need exercise. Not arguing that at all. Maybe start off with, 3 days a week there for 20 minutes where you're going for a walk around the neighborhood. Or like me with my strength training, I started out on low weights to get my muscles built up a little bit, and I only worked out for 20-25 minutes, and that's it. So that way, yes, I still felt the burn, and yes, it still hurt a little bit, but I didn't pull muscles. I didn't hurt anything. I didn't, and it wasn't a huge change. 20 minutes isn't that big of a deal out of the day. So it wasn't, like I was going to the gym and that's great. If you want to go to the gym, run on the treadmill, do weightlifting, absolutely. All I'm saying is just don't burn yourself out right away. Allow yourself to incorporate these changes into your life because you're changing your life. So just be real careful about that. Relearning what food can do for you, and then utilizing what it can do for you. That's one thing that I try to talk about in the podcast there. There's so many different things here, and I continuously try to bring them up. And some of them, yes, they're a little reworked, and you probably heard them in a previous podcast, but there's a reason for it, because there's so much information in these podcasts in our lives, and there's so many distractions. There's so many different things that can derail you. That's why I try to bring them up over and over again to try to talk to you and say, okay, this is, work your way into it. Because I may have said it 3 times before, but it may take the 4th time before it finally kicks and says, okay, yep, and now it's stuck. It's in the Rolodex in my brain there. I got it all written down. So just be very gentle with yourself and just ease into these things. That's all I've done through my whole weight loss journey is like I said, I just jumped off with the calories, but after that I've eased into everything. I've made small changes, and sometimes it may take months before I make the next change, but I'm able to live with it. I've stuck with it, and I don't feel guilty. I don't feel bad. I don't want to go back to the old way. Nothing, but I've changed my lifestyle around it, so it makes it easier to stick with it. And remember that on average, it takes about 21 days before a habit changes and you learn a new habit. So that's 3 weeks, so that's why I'm telling you, go real slow, take it easy. And we all know that if you're anything like me, where I have over 300 plus pounds, I knew this wasn't going to be an overnight sensation thing. So I've been slowly easing into it and working into it. And like I said, I'm into month 16 now, and I can do this. It's part of who I am, and it's part of the way I am. So just give yourself time to settle into it. Knowing that your body is going to fight you every step of the way is going to drive you just teetotal and crazy. It drives me nuts because it's kind of like, really? I mean, I know you want to protect the vital organs, so you always have energy to keep the body going. I understand that one there. And I also understand there that you're preset at a level saying this is where I need to stay at. But that preset level also adjusted as I went up as well to maintain my huge extra weight that I had. So having to bring it back down, your body's saying, nope, that isn't going to work. Nope, I don't want to do this. Nope, you can't make me do that. It's going to fight you all the way, and it's just kind of like, would you get on board with me so we can have a unified fight against this? And of course, it's not going to. It's going to drive you crazy, but just knowing that, your body is going to fight you every step of the way, just know that going into this, so hopefully that'll avoid some of the pitfalls that I've went through. One thing that, everybody told me in the beginning, I've heard many times, and, in the beginning of my other diets, I agreed. Cheat days, everybody talks about, just give yourself a cheat day. It's no big deal. It's just that one extra meal is not going to hurt. Well, honestly, it does. In the beginning, yes, I had to have a couple cheat days. I did really good. I think I only had like 2 through this whole thing. Where I just said, oh, well, you know what? I'm just going to blow it out the window. But what I learned was the first time I had the cheat day was probably, a couple months into it. And after I had that cheat day, because I'd went out and had a bunch of fast food and greasy stuff, oh, man, I paid for it for like 2 days. It was like, okay, this is not worth it. And I tried it again probably 6 months down the road, had another cheat day and just, threw everything out the window. And it was even worse. I mean, I just felt just so blah. I was like, okay, I'm not going to do this again. And I have not had a cheat day since. I feel better. I like the way my body operates now. I honestly didn't think that there was anything to everybody telling me and stuff. They're saying that, well, you'll feel better, you'll run better, you won't want them. So to me, cheat days actually work against me. I think they're probably necessary in the beginning to allow your mind time to switch. And to help you through and to let you know that, yeah, you can do it. But if you wait as long as I did, I think it'll help you because your body will go, ew, eating the amount of chocolate I used to, or the grease, or the cheeseburgers, or the, just even chips. When I eat chips now, I mean, you can taste how greasy and how salty they are. And it's like, how in the world did I eat a whole bag of these in one setting? And it's like, no wonder I always felt so blah. So to me, cheat days actually work against me, and I don't have them anymore. I haven't had one in a year. I stay away from them, and they don't even enter my mind. I'm happy with the way I eat and what I do, so I just leave it at that. Learning how to utilize vitamins and supplements to your advantage. We've had a podcast and stuff there on the supplements. I haven't covered too many vitamins and stuff there, but that's something that I'm hoping to work in later. But the supplements and stuff, they help me. They help protect me, to keep going. They block the fat that's coming in and stuff there. Then I use the Muscle Vite, and what that does is that protects my muscles from being broken down by my body as I'm going through my journey. And as I've said before, I've actually, my muscle mass has actually increased, and I haven't even worked out, but they're amazing supplements. But you have to be very, 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 very careful with those because you can get in, over your head real fast and actually do more damage than good. So you have to be really, really careful. And I've got a nice guy that I work with at my supplement store, and he's seen me every step of the way since I've began, and he's helped me, and we've set them up together, and I don't go over the limits. In fact, if any of them, I'm actually way under. And then, so that helps protect my body, but yet I get all the good stuff out of it. So I think that's something that would help you. Vitamins, I take a multivitamin, I take vitamin D, the potassium pills. There's all kinds of different things that I take to help protect my body, to give it what it needs to continue on, because I do run so low on calories and everything. So I try to be really, really careful with that. So the vitamins help make up for it. And then probably, besides the mental aspect of it all, the other part, and I knew it was going to be bad, but it was kind of a shocker, was the cost of eating better. Groceries are not getting any cheaper. Nothing is getting cheaper in this world anymore. It's getting ridiculous. It's just, to me, it's way out of line. They're forcing people just basically broke, and they're going to keep them that way. So I had to, that's why one thing that with the diet plans and stuff there, they want, you have to pay extra money to be part of the plan. Then you got to buy their food. Then you have to buy literally everything. There's nothing that helps you. And to me, I didn't have that disposable income. So I knew if I was going to eat better, I was going to have to come up with more money. So there are some things that I don't do anymore. There's some things that I had to severely curtail to be able to eat better, to be able to go to the grocery store and buy the better food. Anything in the grocery store, if you stay on the outskirts along the walls and the very, very out edges of a grocery store, that's where all your healthy food is. That's where your milk is. That's where your cheeses, your meats, your seafood, your vegetables. All of the good stuff is on the outside. Everything on the inside is your processed foods and anything that is not that great for you. It's filler foods, and that's, and I miss walking through there. I mean, that's where, I used to eat lots of noodles and lots of, like I said, cookies and, chips and everything else. Well, those are all in the middle of everything there. And typically they're cheaper because, and they're good. Don't get me wrong. They're really, really good. I really miss them. But I have learned that I can't go through those areas, because if I do, I'll bring a ton of stuff home and then I eat it. And if it's in the house and it's in the cupboard, I know that I am just going to I'm going to chuck the journey right out the window, and I'm going to go face first into a bag of chips. And it's just not a good thing. So I just don't buy it. So I stay to the outside of any grocery store that I go to, so that way I get the better stuff. Yes, it's more expensive, and yes, it hurts. I'm not arguing that point. It hurts big time, but you feel so much better, and things just work better. It's well worth it. So, but that's some of the things that I think you really need to factor in before you start on your weight loss journey. And I have, I've had some people tell me that it took them a couple months before they finally decided to jump in and do this. And I said, that's fine. Yes, you want to get the weight off right away, but until you're mentally ready to take on this weight loss journey, you might want to give yourself a break. And to that point, don't continue to overeat. If you can start backing off, that's fantastic. But one thing you want to be really careful is until you can get your mental state right there, it'll make it a lot easier to stick with the journey. And then that's why I say don't make so many changes just right out of the shotgun. Take it easy, ease into these things. So it takes you a couple months before you start moving and you start seeing some really good weight loss gains. That's okay. You're still moving forward. Even if you lose only a pound a week, you're still losing weight. That's fantastic. Be proud of yourself. That's amazing. But it's just a little easy. But another thing that I had to factor in too was I'm a middle-aged man. Let's be honest, weight does not come off as easy as what it did when I was 19. And I was just dumb back then, and I put all my weight on during then because I worked in a fast food restaurant. And during that 4.5 years that I worked at a fast food restaurant, I blew up over 200 pounds right out of the shotgun. It was really, really bad. And I wasted my young years being super, super fat. And I really regret that now, but I finally got my head in the right place. I finally got straightened out, and now I'm heading down the right road, and I'm down almost 200 pounds, so it's all helping. But a lot of this stuff, I wish I would have known ahead of time. I think, honestly, that I would have been able to get the weight off sooner and keep it off longer. But unfortunately, I'm a slow learner, and I'll get there. So just know that, like me, I have stumbled along the way. I have oopsie-daisied. I haven't, I thought I was eating the right thing, and I come to find out when you start looking at the labels, it wasn't the right thing, or I was eating too much of this, and I shouldn't have been eating too much of that, or there's so many things there, and you're gonna stumble along the way. So don't be too hard on yourself. Just know that there's gonna be ups and downs. But for me, there's been way, way, way more ups than there has been downs. I've been so fortunate, and I'm so lucky because my son has been with me every step of the way for this. He comes up with new ideas. He helps with cooking. It's incredible. He's been so fantastic. He's so supportive along this whole thing. So, and that's what I'm hoping that I can do for, all my listeners out there is be there for you, and knowing you're not going through this journey by yourself. You're my extended family. I want to be there to help. I want to hear your triumphs. Even if you fall flat on your face, you can send me an email and talk to me. Maybe there's something I can do to help, give you some motivation or some positive vibes or anything like that there to help you continue to get back on track and move forward. So, but if you do fall off the horse for a day or two or whatever, don't be too hard on yourself. We're human. We're not perfect. I mean, my face is never going to be beside the word perfect in the dictionary. Let's be honest. It's just not going to happen. But I just keep doing everything that I can to keep moving forward and trying to stay on the right track. And I know at some point I'll be able to cross the finish line and be happy. But I also thought that, since we're doing this, I wanted to bring up some of the benefits that I've come across. And these are the things that I tell myself as I'm going through the journey to remember, so that way I stick to my plan, is the better eating and stuff there will make you feel so much better. The better things that you're drinking, not drinking so much soda or energy drinks or anything like that there, will go towards helping you out. Anything to try to drop the sugar intake and stuff is going to make you feel a little bit better. My mental state actually has improved. I'm hoping that when you go down it should improve for you. I'm a lot more positive. I'm a lot more upbeat now. I've been able to reprogram a lot of the mental problems, damage that I've accepted and traumas and everything else that has been over my lifetime. I've been able to work through those. It's easier for me to look in the mirror and be happy with who I see. I'm still not where I want to be in any way, shape, or form, but it's a little bit easier because I'm starting to see the benefits a little bit of getting smaller, losing the fat. So it's a little bit easier to continue on the journey that way. My energy levels have improved. I have no problem going out and doing more things now. Before it was just like, you know what, I can make it to the fridge and back to my chair and watch TV, and that was about the amount of energy that I had. So now I can go out and work in the yard, and it feels a little better, and do more on hikes, and it's just, there's little benefits all the way along the way of getting through this. It takes time before you start seeing this, and it takes time before it happens, but just know that it does happen. Just give yourself the time to get there. Don't get discouraged, and you'll get there. There's no doubt about that in my mind. Another thing that's severely, that's really, really helped is the severity of my migraines has went way down. I have probably 75% less migraines now than what I had before. The pain in my body has actually gotten better. I used to have a lot of back problems. I really don't have any back problems anymore. It's amazing. I have had back problems now for 20 years, and it is so nice to feel that relief, just knowing that it's not there anymore. I mean, I have to be careful. I mean, I'm still careful with everything that I do, but knowing that the pain is so much better, it helps out. So that's another thing that, might be able to help you along the way. But just overall, I mean, the new diet plans and everything else and stuff there, just be really, really careful with them. That's all I can say. But if they help you, hey, I would never stand in the way of anything that's going to help you. If that's the road that you want to go down, absolutely, please do it. So if anything to try to help get the weight off, to help you get to the finish line how you want to be. I'm not saying my way is better, not way in any way, shape, or form. It just works for me, and that's why I thought maybe I would share it with other folks and see maybe it would help them. I'm not sure, but all I can do is hope. I mean, I really do. I really hope that something in these podcasts will help you. It may not even be anything on the weight loss journey. I mean, it could be. I mean, I've had people tell me that I've helped them in many other ways. Besides, they don't listen to it for the weight loss. They just listen to it because it's very positive, very upbeat. It helps them get through the day. So they actually just listen basically to my voice to help them get through and make it through another day. And that's fantastic. It's great. Thank you very much. That makes me feel so good. It makes it so worth doing these podcasts. So, but to be honest, and I'm going to be honest and right up front with you. Am I where I want to be weight-wise and goal-wise? No, I'm not there yet. Am I where I want to be in my mental health? No, I am still constantly working on it. Am I comfortable with how I look? Absolutely not. And I may not even be comfortable when I get to the weight that I want, but I know that I'm going the right way, and at least if I get to that point, then I have the option of being happy or not. But I know I'm happier with how I feel, my pain levels, my migraine levels, eating the better food. There's so many different things there. But am I at my goals yet? No, not any way, shape, or form. But I'm working towards that way, and I'm hoping to be relatively close by the end of 2023. I'm hoping to be, I may not be right where I'm at yet or where I want to be. And it may take me another year before I get it. But I'm allowing myself to get there when I get there. I still work every day. I work hard. I do everything. I watch my caloric intake. I eat the right food. I take my supplements. I do everything I can. I try to bounce up, walking a little bit more or whatever it is. I'm staying the course and doing what I want. So I gave myself a goal of 2 years to take 300 plus pounds off. Well, to be honest, that's 150 pounds a year. That's incredible. I mean, that's probably more than what I really should. But I've been averaging somewhere between 15 and 20 pounds per month. And I know it's slowing down a little bit because now I'm getting to like the harder fat to get off the body. So it's more discouraging a little bit. But I know that I'm going to get there. And if I have to adjust my goal time a little bit, then I'll adjust my goal time because I know that I'm still moving forward. I'm still doing the right thing. And it might take a little bit longer. I gave myself 2 years. It may take me 3 years before I hit that mark. But I just know that I am going to hit that mark and I'm going to get there. So if it takes a little bit longer, the journey is okay. The journey is, sometimes it's not the destination. Sometimes it's the journey that gets you through because I feel better about myself. I feel more at ease with myself. And I'm hoping that that's something that you can get out of going down your own journey as well. So. But overall, like I said, you have to do basically what is best for you. I mean, it's your body, it's your life. You take the road that you want to. I'm not saying that my journey is the right way. It may not work for you. I'm just giving you another option. I'm just trying to help a little bit, trying to give a little bit of information. But I mean, if you want to go on one of the plans, please do. Absolutely. Don't hold back because of me. I mean, I don't think anything less so. I just remember, I just didn't have the disposable income to do it. So I had to find a different way of going about it. And this is my way of going about it. So whatever way it takes for you to get down that road and get to that finish line, so that way you get to the goals and where you want to be, that's what you want to do. And this is just my way, and hopefully there's something in there that can help you. So. But that's about all I got for today's Hodgepodge cast. I just want you to know that, hey, I'm here. You've got this. I'm so proud of you. I know you're going to end up making it. Just remember, we're trying to grow our extended family. We want to get as many people out there and support as many people, be there for them. So please like, share, follow my Facebook page. That way you get constant updates on when new episodes come out. Whatever platform that you're on and stuff there, click 5 stars or whatever it is. And that just helps move me up in the algorithm. So that way we can help more people and add to our family, because there's enough negativity out in the world. Hopefully these podcasts give you a little bit of positivity, help out a little bit, can help get you through the day, or maybe you'll see something different, or maybe you'll come up with a new food idea, or who knows, whatever you can take away from these podcasts in a positive way, that's what you want to do. Try not to, negative comments, I just don't allow them on the Facebook page and stuff, just because there's enough negativity in this world. There's enough nastiness and harshness. I wanted this to be a safe, positive place for you to come, so that way you can get a little, rejuvenated a little bit, bounce up your energy, and hopefully take something away from these episodes. So, but just remember, you've got this. Just share, tell everybody you possibly can, your friends, your family. Share it on your Facebook page or Twitter or Instagram or anything, whatever platform you'd like to be on. But just remember, I believe in you. You got this. You're going to get to the finish line. You're going to be there, and I want to be there with pom-poms saying, good job. I'm so proud of you. You come so far. If you need anything, remember, you can send me an email at seangmorris@gmail.com. You can comment on our Facebook pages. Go onto YouTube. My YouTube page is starting to take off. You can leave comments on there. You can rate. Everything is kept there. Everything's kept on my Facebook page, my Buzzsprout website and stuff there. That's where everything's hosted. Any places you can find it. I know there's an Apple Podcast, there's Spotify, there's Pandora. There's so many different places that you can actually get these podcasts and stuff there. So I just hope you enjoy them. That's all I can hope. Thank you for listening. It means the world to me. Thank you for being there. Thank you for making me a part of your life for a few minutes. It's incredible. So as always, I'm going to end it with my dad joke of the day, because I know there's plenty of people out there that groan and say, oh my goodness sakes, really? But here we go. Here's the dad joke of the day to finish out the podcast. Did you know that I once got fired from a canned juice factory? Apparently I couldn't concentrate. I know, bad one. That was horrible. I love it, but I thought that was pretty funny. Thank you so much for listening. Remember, you got this. I'm behind you 100%, and I believe in you. And remember, always, all my love and support, Sean.